How's it going, everybody? Jordan here, and in today's video I'm gonna go over my first impressions of Anthem, the looter shooter by BioWare, and some of the pros and cons from this first VIP demo launch. Remember, if you enjoy this video, please remember to leave a like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Let's get right into it. Anthem, if you weren't aware, is a sci-fi looter shooter, or as my wife said while glancing at it, that looks like Iron Man plus Avatar. This game, developed by BioWare and published by EA, is being released to the public on February 22nd and early release to Origin Premier subscribers on February 15th. There are a ton of content creators right now who are going into amazing depth of the game and different play styles and builds and such, and I suggest you check out those videos if you've already decided to play the game. At this point, I just want to discuss my feelings on the game and what I liked and what I didn't like about it for those of you who are still undecided. Anthem is obviously a looter shooter like Destiny or Warframe, where you have a character that goes on missions with either your friends or you're placed with random other players, and you complete these missions to gain more loot to upgrade your character and go on more missions. This feature alone has a chance to get a bit repetitive as long as the development team keeps the stories coming. Anthem has four classes they call javelins that you can play as for these missions. The Ranger, which is a versatile and the first javelin you get in the game, and has a well-rounded ability set that includes damage, team defense, and crowd control like freeze grenades. The second one is the Storm. This is a more damage and crowd control focused javelin, and a lot of players are picking this up and running with it. It's the best attempt at a sci-fi mage class that uses technology to cast spells of lightning and other crowd control and damaging effects. The third one is the Colossus. This is obviously the tank class that is meant to absorb damage and deal out bursts of damage. I didn't have much time to play this javelin, but from what I gathered from playing with them is that they get the attention of a lot of enemies and allow other javelins on the team a chance to clear out the larger, more impactful units. Lastly, there's the Interceptor. This is the javelin I played the most because it was the one that I heard the least amount of people talking about. This is a very much an assassin-based javelin that relies heavily on agility and close combat, and mixed with high DPS, it can be really good at taking out high-level targets like bosses and elite gun turrets. I found myself with this class in a situation where I needed to take out gun turrets quickly from my teammates while they mopped up the rest of the units. I want to go over my pros and cons list for this game, and the first thing I'm going to do is go over the cons. As I mentioned before, because it's a looter shooter and you're constantly doing missions over and over again to get more loot, to be better at missions, this has a chance to be very grindy. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't want a game to be easy, and I don't want all the best gear to be easily available. I love the Grandmaster difficulty levels in this game that allow the players with the most skill and drive to try and get the best gear. This is great and promotes dedication to the game, but the specific story missions felt very repetitive, and there became a point where everyone I played with just ignored the environment and started checking all the boxes on the mission just to get the loot. And I'm hoping that there's enough mission content on launch to keep things interesting and the game doesn't almost immediately become grinding the same mission over and over again just to get the better gear. The next con I'd say is the connection issues. Now, I'll give the developers a pass on this considering it's a demo, but let's hope that the connection issues are ironed out come launch, because I was booted during a few missions and lost a lot of loot. Keep in mind that some missions take like 30 to 40 minutes of gameplay to complete, and losing connection partway through the mission and losing 30 minutes of loot can be incredibly frustrating. This is something that should be 100% figured out, hopefully by launch, but it's something that stuck out to me. Lastly is, the rarity and power of items didn't seem to matter all that much from a distance. I had several under-leveled items that gave me better stats and bonuses than other gear that was higher rarity and higher power, which led me to believe that I was missing something or that I wasn't quite understanding what the bonuses were. But after double checking, it turned out that just some of the lower gear was better than the higher gear, which I hope isn't a big issue because it could make crafting in this game and some aspects of looting kind of underwhelming. If you have an uncommon piece of gear that outshines anything you have at rare or epic, then it will lead you to not chase down more rare or epic gear if you already have a really good uncommon piece of gear. Now let's talk about the things I did like. The free play. Now, missions were incredibly fun and playing with friends and other people is refreshing and a lot lot of fun. When I decided that the missions were getting too repetitive, I decided to try out free play mode. This was a great addition to the game, I feel. You embark out into a free and open world with your choice of javelin, and you can begin to loot random enemies or get crafting materials from the ground to craft more rarer gear. Now this sounds boring, but what made it fun is that you fly around this beautiful open world filled with random events and missions that are given out to you randomly throughout the map, and you complete them for amazing loot. These missions are a spur of the moment and incredibly random, and the best part is that other players are roaming with you, and they tend to fly in and help you complete the mission, and you all get rewarded for it. This mode has huge potential to combat the potential repetitiveness of this game. Alright, the second thing is the graphics and the combat. I can't say enough how beautiful this game is on the PC. That's what I played it on. I'm not quite sure, I haven't tried out the PS4 or the Xbox. It's truly crazy how far we've come in video games to a chance to play a game that looks like this. On top of that, the battle animations, especially for the Interceptor, are some of the best and made fighting really exciting and incredibly fun. This makes the time between moving from objective to objective in missions much more tolerable. Another pro is the co-op of this game. It's not a PvP game and can serve all types of players from casual to experienced, and will match you with other players who want to play the way you do, whether it's easy, hard, or even the super hard difficulty levels. Having a game like this where you can play with friends and communicate with strangers in free play to complete missions is something I really enjoy and I'm looking forward to. Finally, the elephant in the room is that EA is publishing this game, and after the backlash of their Ultimate Team games and Star Wars Battlefront, BioWare has come out and said that the microtransactions in this game will be regulated and there will not be any loot boxes or any pay to win elements, and that most of the things you'll have a chance to buy with additional money is skins and other cosmetics for your javelin, which I believe is a step in a great direction and something I can appreciate, especially coming from a publisher like EA. On top of that too, the development team has said that the story DLC for Anthem will also be free for every player, and this is something again that I think there is an attempt to making sure that everyone has a chance to play the game to its full potential. All of that being said, this game was a ton of fun to play, and I'm looking forward to what becomes of it, and I will 100% be playing it at launch. I do plan to make more build-like and detailed videos about this game, but I will wait until the first parts of the game are ironed out and we all get a better feel for it. For now though, there are tons of creators on YouTube who are doing much more detailed specifics about builds and other ways to optimize your skill in this game. You should definitely go check them out. Finally, there is an open beta that is coming to Anthem this weekend or February 1st, 2019 that you can join in yourself. Hopefully you'll get some good connection, but if you're still interested in playing the game, I highly recommend you download the demo and try it out yourself. I really enjoyed this game. It was a lot of fun to play. I love the combat. I love the graphics. I really am a grindy looter type video game player, so I feel like that plays into me personally. But if grindiness and mission completion and things like that is not for you, then you're likely going to find that this game is underwhelming to you. It does have a crafting system that I played around with a bit in the VIP demo, but it doesn't feel all that useful quite yet, and so we'll know a lot more about the other features surrounding this game when it launches and as they release more and more features to us for this particular game. Again, thanks for watching this video. I really appreciate all the support. Again, if you haven't already, please remember to leave a like and subscribe. I'd appreciate that, and I'll see you guys next time.